Hi, my name is Maggie Mitchell, and I am the Vice President of Marketing for Alpha Delta Pi.
And I'm Jessie Majors, and I'm the Director of Primary Recruitment for Alpha Delta Pi.
Sisterhood is something very special in each sorority, but something that stands out, in my opinion, about Alpha Delta Pi is that if you were to place any two people on paper, if you were to look at them side by side, you weren't going to see a lot of things that are in common. But once you strip away the leadership roles and the extracurricular activities, AD Pi is very similar at their core values and their character and truly at their heart. And that's something that I find very special, and it's truly rare and something that I find beautiful within AD Pi. And it's just a group of people who share the same core values. And that's something that has really changed my Sanford experience and my college experience, and something that I'm very thankful for.
One of my favorite memories in Alpha Delta Pi was Big Little Reveal. It was a fun day for everyone to get their big and find out who they were going to have in their family. But for me, it was also really special because I had never met my twin, and we had never met each other in the few months that we'd been in AD Pi. And we both share the same big, and I have loved getting to know Bailey. She's actually one of my roommates now, so it was a really fun experience getting to meet her and both share the same big on that day. I think what made me interested in leadership was knowing that by leading and helping Alpha Delta Pi grow and develop, I was influencing the next generation of AD Pis and the new girls that were going to be coming into our sorority. I think AD Pi has given so much to me and in my experience at Sanford, and it just made sense that I wanted to give back and serve in this way so that we can see AD Pi grow in the future and see the fruits of our work that we've done today in the future.
I think the most underrated part is the things that you won't see behind closed doors. It's the 64 other closets that you have when you're going on a first date or you want to make a good first impression. It's the pints of Ben & Jerry's that you're eating at 2 a.m. together. It's being able to walk down the hall into an open room with people when you're having a bad day. It's the open arms and hugs. It's the things that you're not going to see broadcasted and the things that aren't going to be captured on a camera. It's pretty amazing and incredible, and it's truly beautiful to see the relationships that you build, and that's not something that you can capture or really explain because it's something that you have to experience. It's being there for one another when you are having a tough time, or being there to build each other up when you have something to celebrate. And it's really not something that can be broadcasted, it's something that's truly felt in the heart.
I think social media for everyone is kind of a highlight reel, and for each chapter, social media is just something that it's like the tip of the iceberg. So there's a lot more underneath that you just don't see. You don't see the connections and the bonds that are actually taking place within the chapter. You see the smiling faces and the fun functions and the trips that they're taking, but you don't see the relationships that are developing and the strong connections and bonds that are actually within the chapter that is just so vital in what makes us AD Pi.
I would say servant leadership is kind of like a garden. You're going to have a ton of different flowers that all bloom different ways. And instead of trying to grow everyone to be the same exact thing, you want everyone to grow to their strengths. Say you have a daisy in the garden. You want that daisy to grow up and be the best daisy she can possibly be. You would never want her to be a rose because that would just push her to be something that she doesn't want to be. So I feel like something about servant leadership would be to grow someone in their best way possible, to give them that environment to flourish, to give them that environment to be the best possible version of them that they could be. And a special thing that I've noticed is that if you are growing at a slower pace, it's not like you're just growing your best leaders, your best flowers, your ones that are going to grow the strongest. You're going to grow your weakest link. And as everyone has heard, like, the weakest link is where you need the most growth. So no matter how long it takes, you know, being a servant leader is just pouring into them and pouring into what they need as a person. And I found that to be very special. I would say don't be nervous. We were in your shoes 2 years ago. Both of us are juniors this year. And I remember going through kind of being like, okay, I don't really know what's about to happen. And this year looks a lot different. So don't be nervous about that because it's different for us too. We're walking through this exactly like you are. We're trying to figure it out. So don't be nervous about that part. We've totally got your back on that. And also, just talk about things that you're comfortable with. Like, don't try to be something that you're not to impress one of us, because we want uniqueness. We want you to be the best version of you, and you're definitely going to find your place. As cheesy as it sounds, like, sorority recruitment it's very thought through. That's why they've done it for years. You will find the place where you're supposed to be, and you'll be in a group of girls that is going to build you up to be the best version of you.